Ferrari's massive upgrades are here, and Red Bull should be concerned. Carlos Sainz has been given a deadline to sign with Audi, and Max Verstappen fires back at McLaren boss. Let's get straight into the latest F1 news. Ferrari's team principal, Fred Vasseur, believes that Red Bull is facing some discomfort after being defeated in 2 out of the 6 races held in 2024. In contrast to their dominance in 2023, where they lost only 1 race throughout the entire season, Red Bull has already faced defeat twice this year. Carlos Sainz from Ferrari claimed victory in Australia, while Lando Norris from McLaren won in Miami. Vasseur states that Red Bull is still leading the pack, but they are under pressure. Max Verstappen has secured pole position in every race this season and has generally performed well in the championship, except for his retirement in Australia due to brake issues. However, even in the race where Verstappen was in the lead in Miami, a mid-race safety car intervention put him at a disadvantage against Norris. Looking ahead to the next race at Imola, Vasseur shares his suspicion that both Ferrari and McLaren will be able to maintain the pressure on Red Bull. Ferrari has introduced significant upgrades to their already competitive car. Vasseur believes the situation has been present since the beginning of the season, with the outcome depending on the specific track. Vasseur emphasizes that Red Bull still holds the advantage, with Verstappen securing pole positions and having a slight edge. He believes Verstappen could have won without the safety car incident. Vasseur acknowledges the progress made by Ferrari compared to last year when Red Bull comfortably dominated the races from the early stages. Vasseur suggests that this new dynamic in race management creates an opportunity for Ferrari to challenge Red Bull consistently. He mentions the need for Red Bull to adopt more aggressive strategies due to the increased pressure. Vasseur believes that if Ferrari manages to make further improvements, they will be in a strong position to fight against Red Bull every weekend. Regarding the upgrades for the Imola race, Vasseur acknowledges that they might not result in significant performance changes. However, in such a closely contested field, even a small improvement in qualifying can make a substantial difference. Vasseur explains that while upgrades are essential, the team's on-track performance and strategy play a significant role alongside them. It's not solely about development, but also about the efforts made with the drivers, car setup, tire management, and overall weekend performance. Carlos Sainz is engaged in a risky situation, described as a high-stakes game of poker. The latest report suggests that Audi has given him a deadline until the Monaco Grand Prix to make a commitment. However, Sainz is holding out as he wants to see what Max Verstappen decides regarding a potential move to Mercedes. After being dropped by Ferrari even before the start of this season, many expected Sainz to find a seat at Sauber, which will be rebranded as Audi in 2026. Nevertheless, with Lewis Hamilton departing for Ferrari, a vacancy has opened up at Mercedes. This has led Sainz to take a gamble in the hopes of partnering with George Russell in the Brackley team. Respected Spanish journalist Antonio Lobato fueled the speculation by suggesting that Sainz missed a deadline set by Audi. The purpose of this was supposedly to secure a more competitive seat. However, Sainz denied these claims during a media appearance in Miami, stating that there was no truth to them. He emphasized that certain factors were beyond his control and some waiting would be required. One of those factors, according to F1Insider.com, is the decision of Max Verstappen. Although publicly courted by Toto Wolff, it remains uncertain if Verstappen will join Mercedes next season or postpone the move until 2026. Sainz's decision appears to be intertwined with Verstappen's choice. F1 Insider explains that Toto Wolff has only offered Sainz a contract option for after 2025, effectively providing a 1-year contract. Mercedes wants to maintain flexibility in case Verstappen decides to leave Red Bull late, or if their junior driver Andrea Kimi Antonelli becomes ready for Mercedes as early as 2026. Sainz is now faced with a dilemma. He must choose between the guaranteed opportunity of a single season at Mercedes or a longer-term prospect with Audi. However, it's worth noting that Audi won't wait indefinitely. They have already confirmed Nico Hülkenberg as one of their drivers for 2025, and Valtteri Bottas is expected to depart. Zhou Guanyu's future with Audi depends on Sainz's decision. The deadline for Sainz to make a decision is the Monaco Grand Prix. However, according to the German publication, time is running out for his risky poker game. Audi wants an answer from him no later than the upcoming race in Monaco, which is in 2.5 weeks. Failure to respond will force Audi to explore alternative options. Among those alternatives are Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly, both of whom are French Alpine drivers considered as Plan B. If Sainz chooses Mercedes, he risks finding himself without a contract in 2026 should Verstappen or Antonelli become available and Audi's doors remain closed. Regarding Red Bull, the publication suggests that their door is closed, meaning Sergio Perez is expected to stay on for 2025. Carlos Sainz Sr., the father of Carlos Sainz Jr., commented that there is currently a lot of speculation, but nothing concrete to report at this stage. We hit 400 subs today. Thanks for the support, everyone. And if you are enjoying the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel for daily F1 content. Max Verstappen thinks McLaren Racing CEO Zak Brown is deliberately trying to create controversy with his recent comments about Adrian Newey's departure. The news broke just before the Miami Grand Prix that Newey, a highly successful Formula One designer, would be leaving the Red Bull team in the first quarter of 2025. However, his association with the Formula One team is already concluded. Brown shared his opinion on Newey's departure, stating that he wasn't surprised given the off-track issues that affected Red Bull earlier in the year. He also suggested that Newey could be the first of many changes within the team, as other individuals might consider moving on. Verstappen, however, dismisses Brown's remarks, believing that they are typical of a rival in Formula One trying to exploit any available opportunity. Verstappen acknowledges that Brown's comments are made in an attempt to unsettle his team. Nevertheless, he remains uninterested in such talk and chooses not to pay much attention to it. Verstappen acknowledges that it's normal for people in Formula One to try to attract talented individuals from other teams. Despite the ongoing speculation about Verstappen's future with Red Bull, given his impressive performance on track, Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff publicly expressed his desire to sign him. When asked about Newey's departure and its impact on his Red Bull future, Verstappen doesn't attach much significance to the question, suggesting that the media doesn't fully understand the roles within the team when Newey was involved. Although Verstappen currently sees no direct consequences of Newey leaving, he does admit that he would have preferred him to stay because of his character, expertise, and potential contributions. Verstappen expresses his trust in the capabilities of the team members who continue to work alongside him. While Newey has stated that he currently has no plans beyond Red Bull, he hasn't ruled out the possibility of returning to Formula One in the future. Ferrari has officially announced that Charles Leclerc's race engineer will be replaced before the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Xavier Marcos Padros, who has been Leclerc's longtime race engineer, will no longer be working with him at Imola. Instead, Ferrari has assigned him to new projects within the company. Taking Marcos's place as Leclerc's race engineer will be Brian Bozzi. Bozzi is currently serving as Leclerc's performance engineer and will now assume the role of his race engineer starting from the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix at Imola. Ferrari posted a brief statement on social media confirming the personnel change on Leclerc's side of the garage. The statement announced that Brian Bozzi, who has been with the team for 10 years and serving as Leclerc's performance engineer, will now take on the role of his race engineer for the upcoming Gran Premio del Mod in Italy e dell'Emilia-Romagna at Imola. Ferrari also mentioned that Xavi Marcos will be moving on to other important company programs. Marcos Padros has been Leclerc's race engineer for the entirety of their time together at Ferrari. Prior to that, he worked as Felipe Massa's race engineer at Williams and also had a stint in NASCAR from 2015 to 2018. Marcos has been present for all 5 of Leclerc's Grand Prix victories and has gained some fame for his memorable radio messages, notably the phrase, "We are checking." Leclerc expressed his appreciation for his departing race engineer on social media, thanking him for their years of collaboration and wishing him luck in his future endeavors. Brian Bozzi, Leclerc's new race engineer, joined Ferrari in 2012. He studied mechanical engineering in the UK and began his Ferrari career as a wind tunnel research and development engineer. He later transitioned to an Aerotrack group engineer in late 2014. Bozzi made the move to race engineering in late 2018 and worked alongside Marcos Padros on Leclerc's side of the garage in 2019. This new assignment as Leclerc's race engineer marks his first experience as a driver's right-hand man. Race engineers hold a pivotal role in helping drivers unleash their potential and are the voices heard over the radio, providing motivation, explanations, and encouragement. Examples of prominent race engineers include Gianpiero Lambiase, who fearlessly interacts with Max Verstappen over team radio, and Pete Bonington, known for his close relationship with Lewis Hamilton. Leclerc is not the only driver adjusting to a new race engineer at the moment. Valtteri Bottas recently received a new one as well. Bottas had been working with Alex Chan since joining Sauber in early 2022, but has now transitioned to collaborating with Steven Petrick as the team prepares for changes ahead of Audi's arrival. Mercedes completely dominated the sport under the previous set of rules. They managed to secure both the drivers' and constructors' titles consistently from 2014 to 2020. However, with the introduction of new regulations in 2022, the team struggled and has yet to regain its competitive edge. They have been unable to consistently challenge for race wins. Even their changes to the car concept in 2024 did not yield the desired results. After the Miami GP, George Russell admitted that Mercedes currently ranked fourth in terms of speed. During his tenure at Mercedes from 2013 to 2017, former McLaren and Williams technical director Lowe observed that the team made some incorrect aerodynamic decisions based on the current regulations. Lowe explained in an interview with Motorsport.com that success in this sport relies not only on the brilliance of one's own strategy, but also on favorable circumstances. He emphasized that all teams face challenges and imperfect tools when it comes to aerodynamics. According to Lowe, overcoming setbacks of this nature takes a substantial amount of time. He mentioned that the sheer size of Mercedes, its resources, and testing capabilities should ideally allow the team to constantly push for improvements. However, any time lost in development can be difficult to recover when competitors continue to make progress. Lowe regarded Mercedes as currently facing this struggle, acknowledging the difficulty they face in catching up. He added that the situation could either improve or worsen, highlighting the dynamic nature of Formula One. Drawing an analogy to historical empires, Lowe discussed the rise and fall of champions in Formula One. He noted that complacency can contribute to a team's decline, drawing a parallel with the Romans. Lowe recalled how Williams' victory over McLaren in 1992, after McLaren had seemed unbeatable for years, signaled a shift in power. Looking ahead, Lowe suggested that Mercedes might find an opportunity to regain their former glory in the next major rules overhaul, set for 2026. He believes this could disrupt the current status quo. However, he acknowledged that making significant changes within the confines of the current formula is extremely challenging due to the emphasis on micro-level optimization atop existing structures. In summary, the changes in regulations and wrong decisions regarding aerodynamics have hindered Mercedes' performance. Recovering from setbacks takes time, and their current struggle to catch up is a consequence of losing valuable development time. Lowe expressed uncertainty about their recovery, but noted that Formula One has always been characterized by shifts in power. He believes that the upcoming major rule changes in 2026 may offer Mercedes the chance to return to their former glory as they strive to disrupt the existing order within the sport's optimization-focused framework. Watch this video next where we go more in-depth on the Ferrari upgrades. See you there.